What's good, football fans? Back at you once again with another video. And today I kind of wanted to come on and get into a new series that I'm going to be doing this season. And quite obviously, since we don't have any preseason games, there's no way for me to gauge this within the next coming weeks until the season starts as far as to continue this series going forward. But I want to look at the top rookie quarterbacks heading into 2020. Now, I'll start by saying that each week I'm going to come in and take a look at what each player's done. Now, quite obviously, some of these guys won't be able to get a grade because a lot of them won't see the field in their first year of play. Now, I want to concentrate on the guys that were taken in the first round for a minute. One interesting fact to note, from 2008 to 2019, 35 quarterbacks were taken in the first round. 34 of them made starts as a rookie. Jake Locker in 2011 was the only one who didn't. That said, we had 4 taken this year. And to list those quarterbacks off real quick, they were Joe Burrow from LSU, Tua Tagovailoa from the University of Alabama, Justin Herbert from Oregon, and Jordan Love from Utah State. Now, quite obviously, the first name on the list is going to be Joe Burrow. He was the #1 overall pick, won the Heisman Trophy last year at LSU. Also, they won the national championship last year. Considered to be the best quarterback overall in this year's draft without even thinking twice about it. He's a pocket passer that has extreme confidence to go along with the set of skills he has. He threw for 5,672 yards with 60 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions last season. Now, the only knock that you're really going to get from naysayers is that he didn't excel until he was coupled with Joe Brady as the passing game coordinator at LSU. Now, Joe Brady has since moved on to being the offensive coordinator down in Carolina this year. Now, when you talk about Tua, you really are talking about a guy who for the longest time, probably a better part of a season and a half in college football, was looked at as the next big thing possibly in the NFL. A lot of NFL teams were foaming at the mouth looking at that guy, wondering when he would come out. And then, of course, he got injured. Now, I believe Tua's career is probably a little bit more storied than the other guys that are left on the list, but he threw for 7,442 yards, 87 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions in just 32 games while with Alabama. Of course, he won the national title there in 2018. He was coupled with Jalen Hurts. Really, the only knock that I've seen at all on him is his size, as he only stands about 6 foot, 217 pounds. But, of course, we know now that size doesn't necessarily make the quarterback, as we've seen Russell Wilson be able to come in and do big things. Tua has elite decision-making ability, without a doubt. You couple that with the excellent pocket presence he has and the accuracy that he possesses, and you're looking at a guy that I think is going to make things happen in Miami once he gets the ball placed in his hands. Now, unlike Joe Burrow, he's not going to start day one. Burrow's already got his place, cemented up in Cincinnati. He's going to start day one. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the starting quarterback in Miami, and I believe they are a better football team this year than they were last year. Plus, there's still some questions on if he's fully healed from the hip injury, and a lot of things that people don't know which way things are going to go yet. The idea is he's going to learn from Fitzpatrick and then step up when the time's right. I think it's the best thing for a quarterback like Tua, who's just filled with all kinds of ability and just needs experience. Now, the next guy is a guy that I'm not really all that familiar with just because I don't know a whole lot about West Coast college football. But Justin Herbert from the University of Oregon put some stats on the sheet. He had 10,541 yards with 95 touchdowns and only 13 interceptions in 42 games. Now, I will tell you the drawback that's going to come with Herbert is going to be Tyrod Taylor is the guy there right now. And from what I've heard from their coach, he's probably going to stay the guy for now unless he were to get injured or really, fall flat on their face and they were to lose a lot of games and they were looking for towards the next year or towards the future. So Herbert is probably facing an uphill battle with that team. And, of course, the last guy taken in the first round, Jordan Love. Now, when you look at Love's stats, they really don't knock you over at all. In fact, they kind of make you look at it and say, wait a minute, now this guy was taken in the first round. He had 8,600 yards passing, 60 touchdowns, and 29 interceptions in 38 starts at Utah State. While I don't know a whole lot about Love, I do know that he has good size at 6'4", 219 pounds, and the Green Bay Packers, I believe, see something in him. Now, if I would have been the front office guy there in Green Bay, I probably would have gotten Aaron Rodgers a wide receiver to try to make a run at another Super Bowl. But that team actually moved up to take a quarterback, which is a little bit of a head scratcher when you've got a guy who's basically said he wants to retire in your city. Now you got that guy second-guessing himself. But I digress. Now, out of those 4 guys right there, your first-round picks, if someone held my feet to the fire and made me choose who I believe would start in the 2020 season out of those 4 guys, I'm going to say 2 out of the 4. And those 2 would obviously be Joe Burrow first and one of either Tua or Justin Herbert. I completely feel like one of those guys is going to hit the field at some point this season. So I'm going to say 2 out of the 4. No matter what, I do not believe we'll see Jordan Love this season. I actually believe we'll see Jalen Hurts hit the field long before Jordan Love even thinks about it. Might even see Hurts hit the field before Herbert and Tua think about it. I have a feeling that Philadelphia may try to use him in some sort of trick play kind of way. Now, I apologize for the crudity of this graphic here, but these are all the rookie quarterbacks heading into 2020. Now, what I'm going to do is once about every 4 weeks, I'm going to make another video talking about these rookies, talking about where they are in their season, talking about where they are in their development, and talking about which ones have done what. I realize only a handful of these guys will even make a roster, and some of these guys will end up on practice squads. But you never can tell. Injuries happen in this league. You got some older quarterbacks moving around. You never can tell which rookies will get playing time. I think it's actually a pretty decent class. I see a few names in there that should eventually push for a starter role in this league. Let me know down in the comments how many of these guys do you think will be a starter in the NFL eventually, and how many of these guys do you think will actually play in a game this season. That's all I got for today. Y'all take it easy. Peace.